Everybody, thank you very much for coming today on what should be the second day of school for a lot of students in British Columbia, because students should be starting a new school year, a brand new school year already. And instead we have faced what you all know has been a long-running dispute that's ended in a strike with the teachers' union. It's just not right, I don't think, to demand a $5,000 signing bonus that no one else in the public sector has received. And as long as the TF refuses to get into the affordability zone, and by that I mean a zone that's similar to what the other 150,000 public servants who serve British Columbians every day have settled for, we cannot put all of our attention on the one issue that is most vital to the future of education in British Columbia, and that is addressing the issues with respect to class composition. So I want to today strongly urge the union leadership to bargain seriously, to bargain with the hope that we can get to a negotiated solution to this that will be fair to their members, that will be fair to taxpayers, and that will be fair to the other 150,000 public sector workers who have already settled for a deal that we can afford.
Where have you been during all this? This is the biggest issue facing British Columbians. Only now are you speaking about it. Critics say you've just been hiding behind Twitter. Where have you been?
I've been here. I've been working with Peter and working with our team, working with Cabinet. The only way this is going to get solved is at the bargaining table with realistic proposals and a real will, I think, on both sides to get it settled. A realistic will to get it settled. That's where it should be happening.
Sorry, we'll go to CBC next, please. Sorry, can we?
If no one's bargaining, someone's got to blame. Is it going to be you?
Well, you know, here's the thing. Three things need to happen. One, we need to make sure, we need to make sure that if we can, that we can, the teachers can end their strike, suspend their strike, while we can get kids back into the classroom and while we bargain. I think that's probably the most important thing. Let's get kids back into the classroom. The second thing is, the teachers' union needs to come to the table with a proposal that's realistic. I mean, for heaven's sakes, 150,000 other public sector employees who work just as hard have settled for far less.
Premier, why are you provoking teachers?
Well, I think teachers want to get back into the classroom, and that's where I want them to be too.
What you said on Twitter doesn't appear to be accurate, at least on the surface, when you say that teachers refused your offer to suspend the strike and enter mediation. Your minister has said time and again, the decision to enter mediation was Vince Reddy's alone. Why did you say that? It's clearly angered teachers and led to a backlash.
Well, I would say this. I think there's a lot of emotion involved in every labor negotiation. But it's most important for the leadership at the teachers' union and in government to set aside the emotion that's involved and set aside getting tripped up on things that are outside of the core issues. And you know, this the proposal on the table now includes $375 million to support improved classroom composition. So that's more teachers union members, more CUPE members that will be in the classroom educating kids and supporting them. So that's on the table, $375 million for class composition. There's a significant amount of money on the table for a raise. It's the same raise that everybody else got. And there are other items that are still being could still be bargained at the table. So, you know, I think we need to put this in the context of today. And today, kids are out of school. How do we get children and students in this province back to school? And I would say the way to do that is let's get past these wage issues. The teachers' union needs to come in at a reasonable level on wages, and then we can finally get to talking about the thing that I want to talk about the most, and that is how do we improve class composition for kids?
Premier Clark, how long are you willing to keep children out of school? You keep talking about a negotiated settlement, but by October, are you still going to wait for that to happen?
Well, I could say this, you know, it's the teachers' union decided to send their members out on strike. And that's why kids aren't in school today. And that's why I'm calling on the union to suspend the strike. They're the only ones that can do that. The only ones who can end this strike or suspend it is the teachers' union. calling on them to do that while we continue to negotiate. You know, I think for any of us, if we really want to put students first and we really care that kids are at the top of the agenda, we'll all make sure that they're in school tomorrow.